As you know, in last class, we discussed what is soaps and as well as what is the structures of soaps and how they will help us to remove the stains. That is what oily surfaces and all. We discuss it. So first of all, if you remember that soaps means, as I told you in last even 2-3 classes. So if you have been take the soaps means first immediately how to remember a word, call it as what they are actually. They are the long chain. Yes, please. They are the long chain. What is that? All of you. Higher fatty acids, or also we can call it as, what is to say, all of you? Am I audible? They are the long chain. Long chain what, guys? Carboxylic acids. Am I right or wrong? Please respond. So they are the long chain fatty acids, higher fatty acids or long chain carboxylic acids. But you have to use the word, call it as they are the what actually? They are the sodium or potassium salts of. This is the most important. A sodium or potassium salts of long chain carboxylic acid, which we used to call it as a soaps. So as I told you, soaps, the general structure of soaps, if you have been taken, are COONA, and R indicates, what is R actually, everybody? It is the involved in the class. It is what? R indicates alkyl group. So where the carbon number varies from 15 to 17. So that is what we used to call it as a soaps. So now, if you take, for example, one of the soap, if I have been taken, C17H35 COONA. So this is the soap which we used to call it as a sodium stearate. So one of the example of the formula of our soap, what we are using in our daily life. So now if you have taken here, the general equation of formation of soap, if you take, so fat plus sodium hydroxide will gives us, if you undergo for heat, it will gives us a soap plus, along with that we used to get the glycerol. So this is what is even the equation. We used to call it as a what, everybody? Hydrolysis of oils and fats, which we used to know it as. What is the name of the equation? Anybody? Hydrolysis of fats and oils. What is the name of the equation? Formation of soaps. Everybody? Saponification. With alkali. That is very, very important. With alkali. So that is the equation, the chemical reaction which we used to call it as a saponification. So now, if I have taken any kind of a soap here, so forget about this, all the things. So as we studied, it is having a two parts. One is a long hydrocarbon chain. That is the part. What is the name of this? Anybody can tell? Long hydrocarbon chain, which we used to call it as a what? Everybody? Hydrophobica? Hydrophilica? Hydrophobic part. Hydrophobic part, which will attract what? Everybody? Water, dirt. Everyone? Which will attract? Yes, please. Which will attract dirt, grease, or oil, or etc. So means whatever the stains are present, that is what is attracted by hydrophobic. So then head part, which we used to call it as, what is the head part we used to call it as, everybody? Hydrophilic part. Okay. So which we used to call it as a basically COO minus N plus. So which is basically attracting towards what, everybody? Yes, please.
Water.
Yes. So it is actually hydrophilic part. So basically it is a water loving. So means it will be attracted towards to the water. So now, if you have been taken, they will form, how to form this and how they will remove the dirt from our shirt or whatever the surface. We have seen that they will form a structures, call it as something we can say. What is the structures which will form? At the center, the stain will be present or the dirt will be present, and surrounding by that, all the tail part is attracted towards to it, and all the head part is showing the repulsion because they are the same charge. So same charge always, they will never come together because same charge always will shows what? Attraction or repulsion? They will show
Repulsion.
repulsion. So they will form the micelles. That is how you can notice it here. It will be dissolved and it will be like, you can see that the tail is protruding out of water and it will be going and attracting towards to the dirt or oil surface. So all the hydrophobic parts will go and will attach the dirt or stain, and they will try to take out from the surface and they will be turned up into like at the center the dirt or grease or oil will be present, and all the tails part is showing attraction towards to it. So that is what we can say cleansing action of soap, if you have noticed it. Cleansing, S-I-N-G. So cleansing action of soap. If you are washing your face or your body, whatever it is, the soaps, whatever you are using, through micelle formation. So micelle will form, then if you have been apply some kind of a friction, that is what, like rubbing or something pressurized, then this dirt will, everything will be washed away from our surface. So whatever, if you take surface of the cloth or surface of a object or whatever, so this micelles will get dispersed in water and then the surface of the cloth becomes clean. So when you just give rubbed or agitated, that is what it will be happen. So the formation of micelles and how it will be, like you can see, we have been studied everything. So you have to learn this. Even you have to explain, if sometimes they'll ask you how these micelles will form and how they will be removed. So last point you have to remember, you have to give, like we can say, they have given here. So suspended in the micelles is also easily rinsed away. The soap micelles are large enough to scatter the light. That is why what we used to call it as well, it is colloidal substance. Am I right or wrong, everybody? So colloid in nature. So that is why it will not come together to precipitate because ion-ion repulsion. So that they will, all the micelles will never be together. Why means everywhere positive, positive. So positive, positive will shows what? Attraction or repulsion? Everybody. They will shows what? Repulsion. So that is why when the dirty cloth is just give agitated or rubbed with the hand, then this all the micelles, or if you rinse in the water, they will be washed away. So that is how we have to use the soaps basically to clean the surfaces. And you have to learn the definition of micelle and how it will be forming everything, because it is very, very important question. Even many times they will ask you. So please remember that and do it. Now, if you take these soaps, as we have two things, soaps and detergents. So we are talking about the soap now. Sir, if the soap is correctly working, everything it is doing its function, then why we need to talk about the detergents? So if you take the soaps does not clean all the things. They have a limitations. So that is the reason there is another kind of product came into the scene. That is what we used to call it as a detergent. So before going to study about the detergent, let us see what is the limitations of soap. Why can't the soap can do all the things? And then we'll go with that. Okay. So now first point, soaps have limited cleansing action limited cleansing action because these cannot be active in hard water. So now I want to say my real life example for this. I think I'm 100% sure 95% of you never experience this in your daily life. But if you are born in a village, or if you are like we can say agriculture family, or your mother is washing the clothes under the motor or pump or a ground like water bodies, village water bodies. So definitely you might be experienced this. So by that time, my mother, I'm saying, she used to scold the soap brand. So sometimes when she is trying to wash the cloth with the soap, do you understand everybody? Ma soap means not only what you are using in your for body, for everything, all the soaps what you are using for washing, everything is called as a soap only. So now if you have noticed it here, sometimes she will get a better foam. Foam means you all knows, which we used to call it as basically, generally we used to call it as a lather. So you can see that when you dissolve the soap inside that, you will get a bubbles. Am I right or wrong? Please respond, guys. Are you all experience the bubbles or not? So sometimes when you are washing the cloth with the soap, you can see, even though you apply more soap, no kind of a foam or a lather will form. By the time we'll think that a soap is not a good quality and the stains are not removing properly, we'll say the soap is not proper soap. But the thing is, every soap, if it is a local company, or it is a Surf Excel, or it is some other Rin bar, whatever that is, or your local bar, every soap is having the same chemical formulas. But the problem is, all the soaps will never give, not every soap will never give a foam or a lather with all the type of water. Water will decide either it is going to clean the surface properly or not. Because if the given water is a hard water, what do you mean by hard water? I already given you this and I already asked you to study also soft water and hard water. Second chapter it came. Do you remember everybody? Second chapter, I think one of the uses we have studied hard water. Am I right, Hari? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So by that time itself, I told you, learn what is the hard water and soft water. So now itself again I'm saying, so it is there. I have shared you with the class 8th ICSE book. So you might be have remember. So in that book, you can have it very clear explanation. So if you need, you can read it. So water, you can see where water obtained from some other sources does not easily form a lather. Lather, how many of you know meaning of lather? Please respond. Don't know means I will show you. So lather with the soap, rather it forms a white sticky scum or a precipitate. Sticky scum or a precipitate, that is the water which we used to call it as a hard water. Again, this hard water is two types, permanent hard water and temporary hard water. That we'll discuss, that is secondary. Now first you should understand, we are having two types of water, hard water and soft water. The water present in different natural resources has different substances dissolved in it. It has been found that water drawn from the certain sources forms a lather. All of you listen. If you dissolve the soap, if it will give you a lather with the soap very easily, such water is called it as a soft water. So now many of you are having a meaning of lather. That is, let us discuss now. So lather means, you all can see images. When you just rub your soap for your hands or a dirty cloth or whatever it is, immediately you will get a foam based substance. This is what we used to call it as a lather. Do you all understand, Amma, what I'm trying to say? Everybody? A soap lather, if you want to see it. So this is what we used to call it as a lather. If you dissolve, if you try to apply the surface, if you get a lather like this, a foam, then that water is a soft water. Yes, of course, bubbles formed the white bubbles. If it is not coming, if it is, for example, scum is coming, you can see like a precipitate, I will say. So you all can notice it. A sticky scum or a precipitate. Let us see that also. Yeah. So you can see, I experienced it with my mother. So you all notice it. We will get there is no proper, like what we can say, is lather will form. So we'll get even your toilets, restrooms also, you can notice it. Your water is not proper. Have you seen like these things? Our tiles of a toilet or a washroom, they'll be having some white color stains. So means in the sense of that water is not proper. You can notice it. Mainly mine, you can notice it. My center, you notice, you all people notice when you go for restroom, all the walls of that, it will be having a white color stains. Have you noticed it, everybody? A scum we used to call it as. Even this is what is a scum when it is with hard water. So if you try to dissolve the soap in this hard water, you never get a sufficient lather. You will get a one layer like that's what we can say. Like this is what like this soap will form. Lather won't be coming. So we'll get a undissolvable salt like white color layer will form on the test tube. So that is what we used to call it as scum. So means the soap is not dissolving properly. So we'll get a sticky scum, or we will says it is like a precipitate will form. So you might be noticed here like a precipitate. So that is what we used to call it as actually a hard water. So if your water is giving like that things, your restroom is, you can notice it. Your wherever you are using a water, your bowls and all having that, you can notice the white color deposit and all. That is hard water. Means it contains some kind of a salts. So what is that? That is what we'll discuss it now. So hard water of two types again. So temporary hard water and permanent hard water. So we'll talk about only permanent hard water, because temporary hard water, what it contains, please learn. Very, very important. Water which has bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. Bicarbonates. Bicarbonates, another word, anybody can tell? What is another word of bicarbonates?
Hydrogen carbon.
Hydrogen carbonates. Understanding? So hydrogen carbonates. So whatever the water contains, bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, which is dissolved in it, is temporarily hard water. Simply we can remove it by boiling. So if it is contains a bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, that is a temporary hardness. So we can remove it just by heating or boiling. Now, if you take the permanent hardness, so all of you remember, on the basis of lather formation with the soap, we can decide this. So forms lather very easily, soft water. Does not form lather easily. It will form what? Scum. SCUM, scum. That is what we used to call it as a hard water. So the soaps cannot give the lather with the hard water. So temporary hard water contains what, everybody? Bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium. So we can just simply by physical method, by boiling, we can remove. But permanent hardness, due to the chlorides and sulfides of calcium and magnesium. Note it, everybody, is very important. So due to the chlorides and magnesium ions, chlorides and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. Calcium and magnesium. So it is a permanent hard water. So this hardness can be removed only by chemical method. You cannot remove it by boiling. So further, to remove that, we should add sodium carbonate. What is the sodium carbonate formula? Anybody? What is the sodium carbonate formula? Yes, guys.
Na2CO3.
Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. What is the name of this common name? Anybody can tell? This much time. Common name of it.
Washing soda.
Washing soda. Sodium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate decahydrate. That is the one which we used to call it as a detergent. Like you can see washermans and all, they will add this and they will undergo for the boiling. What is the reason? To remove the stains. Understand? So nowadays washing machines technology, so we are far from the societies. So basically we will use, that is what is the chemical technique. You can see. If it contains soluble calcium bicarbonate, just by boiling, we can remove it. It is a temporary hardness. So everybody, we can remove, see that equations also. Learn it, nothing wrong. So temporary hardness, if it contains a bicarbonate of calcium or magnesium, just by boiling, we can remove it. But if it is a permanent hardness, you must add permanent hardness. You have to add, what you have to add, everybody? All of you? Yes, please. We have to add sodium carbonate. So sodium carbonate, if you add, then only we'll get a insoluble calcium carbonate plus soluble sodium sulfate. So that is what is the chemical equation. So sodium sulfate or sodium chloride form after the reaction does not affect the soap. So these can be removed by filtration and then water can become a soft. So there is a method also. So after the class, you have to go through that and learn these equations also, as it is very important for us. Now you all can notice it here. So there is activity also given. 10th class also, this activity is there in our book also. I'll show you. So this is what, if you are getting a white color bubbles like thing, that is what lather is formed. If it is a soft, understanding, or beaker B has become a soft on adding washing soda. If you add a washing soda, it will become hard water, become soft water. How? The reaction will take place. But here, no lather is found. You can notice it. So that is the reason. See, one single point, this much time it is taking. So that is the limitations of soaps. Soaps cannot be cleansing action with the hard water, because hard water is having what? Everybody. Soaps gets precipitated to form scum and a large amount of soap is required for washing. So this is what is exactly I face with my mother many times. When we go for washing, I used to carry the cloths and all. She used to scold soaps. The soap is not a good quality soap. More soap is washing, like used for a single cloth, because this is not giving the sufficient foam. The stains are not removed. That is not the mistake of soap. It is mistake of water. Different motors we used to go, basically. Village means different agriculture motors we will wash. So that is the experience I have. That's the reason I'm saying. So point number 2, in hard water, the soaps gets precipitated. Hurry, I'll take option this. Omar, are you there? The soaps gets precipitated to form scum, and a large amount of soap is required for washing. After this class, everybody has to go through this book again, and please learn everything: soft water, hard water, and permanent hard water, and normal. Okay, everybody? And here something they have put here also. So learn it. It is very important. And next, water pollution also. This is also important. So what will happen? Your soaps and all they are making here. So it is also will come for us. So go through that and learn it. Okay, everyone? Clear? That Nitish Krishnan only, Harish, I think. Okay. So please learn it. Mr. Swatan, give the number and join Swatan. So it is easy for Harish. So second point is over. Then third point, write it everyone. Soaps cannot give lather in acidic water. Soaps cannot give lather So what do you mean by lather? Do you all understand, Amma? Please respond. Soaps cannot give lather in acidic water. Soaps cannot give lather in acidic water. Next, fourth one. Soaps are prepared from prepared from whom, guys? Anybody can tell? Prepared from whom? Fats of what? Fats of whom, guys? Animals are fats. Plants fats. Plant fats. So, soap manufacturing may pose competition for cooking oils. So you might be noticed during Corona time, our sunflower oil rises more than 60 rupees or 70 rupees. Even if you go to Janapriya, almost it is 180 rupees, 190 rupees we purchase. Am I right, everybody? Because our India does not have the requirement, that is what, a required amount of vegetable oils. We are importing actually. So we are importing the raw vegetable oil or the sunflower oil, and then we are undergoing the refinery, and then we are selling in the market. So that's why it is very hard. Even till today, the market sunflower oil is 120 rupees, 1 liter of sunflower oil. You don't believe 2020, I still remember in the month of, I think, yeah, March, I left from here, and May month, I think May to up to 2021 last. Do you know what is the cost of one oil packet? 91 rupees. Just 91 rupees. Because I used to purchase by the time for events for selling. Some days I even sold that oil business also during this Corona time. Just for 91 rupees. And we used to give to the customers for 100 rupees. But today, purchasing itself, suddenly 1 month with the 10 days gap, oil is not available anywhere in the market because imported that and all, like the countries where we are importing everything because of floods and all, it will be vanished. The oil cost goes to 160 rupees. Purchasing itself 160 and customer who is to deliver for 180, almost double cost. But now after the corona, it has been come down. So that is what it is I'm saying. So it's a real life fact actually. So because of manufacturing soaps, so it will become a crisis for vegetable oils also. So these are the disadvantages or limitations of the soaps. So that is why we need a detergents. So what is the detergents and how far they will help us? That's all we'll discuss. But if you want to study the detergents, you need to know the hard water and soft water. So write it next. Detergents. Detergents are powerful cleansing agents. Write it, everybody. Keep heading and write. Detergents. Omar, I call you Omar. The detergents are powerful cleansing agents. The detergents are powerful cleansing agents that can be active even in hard water. Active in hard water. So that is why they are called soapless soaps. They are called soapless soaps because they act like a soaps. Act like a soaps for cleansing property. But actually they do not contain usual soap. So that is why they are not actually, detergents are not made up of fats, not made up of fatty acids. So that is why they are called it as soapless soaps. What is to call, everybody? Soapless soaps, because they act like a soaps, but they are not actually soaps. So that is the point if you want to be clear even more. So just now I told you, class 8th, this is the point we'll speak about it. Clear everyone? All of you? A soapless soaps. So please go through that and you will learn it. Hard water. So which is what? Actually, the detergents are not manufacturing with the fatty acids, but still they will do the work of soaps. That's why they are called it as a soapless soaps. So they are prepared from whom, sir? They are prepared from petrochemicals. Very, very important. Detergents are prepared from petrochemicals. So write the definition. A detergent is a sodium salt of, a detergent is the sodium salt of long chain alkyl hydrogen sulfate. Alkyl hydrogen sulfate or long chain of benzene sulfonic acid. Benzene sulfonic acid. So that is what we used to call it as a detergent. And this detergent molecule may have more than 12 carbons. So these are the points which you have to remember about detergents. So now let us see that what is a common detergent we have and how it will be happening. Okay, everybody, shall we start now? So if you open your book NCERT, I'm not going to the activities. Activities we are going to discuss. I'm going to the directly about the detergents. This is the paragraph which will speak about the detergents. Every word is very important. Have you ever observed while bathing that the foam is formed with the difficulty and an insoluble substance scum remains after washing with the water? Scum remains washing with the water. If you see the scum precipitate, then it is called as a hard water or soft water. Everybody. Hard water, soft water. Everyone. Please respond. Scum is forming, it is a hard water or soft water, guys?
Hard water.
Hard water. Foam is getting, it is a soft water. So what is hard water? Sir, what is this causes? This is caused by the reaction of soap with the calcium and magnesium salts, which causes the hardness of water. So calcium and salts of calcium and magnesium salts. What is that salts? Calcium and magnesium salts means what is that? What is the salts of? Just now I said hard water means. What is that? They are the salts of what, guys? Chlorides of calcium, sulfates and chlorides of calcium and magnesium. Calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. That is what we used to call it as a hardness of hard water. So hence you need to a large amount of soap. So more soap will be dissolved. So to overcome this problem by using another class of compounds, which we used to call it as a detergents, as a cleansing agents. So detergents are generally sodium salts of sulfonic acids. Sulfonic acids are ammonium salts with the chlorides or bromide ions, etc. Learn the definition of the detergents. So detergents is a sodium salts of a long chain alkyl hydrogen sulfate. That is what? A salts of sulfonic acids, a long chain benzene sulfonic acids. You can take it. Both are same. Or chlorides or bromide ions. So both have a long hydrocarbon chain. That is why I made a definition. Long chain alkyl hydrogen sulfate. So the charged ends of these compounds do not form insoluble precipitate with the calcium or magnesium ions in hard water. That we'll discuss it. It's not a problem how they will form. So that is why the detergents remains effective in hard water. So detergents are usually used to make shampoos and products for cleansing clothes and all. So we'll discuss it now. So from here, so as I told you, what is detergents? Now, how many carbons will be there in the detergents? More than how many carbons? 12 carbons. Do you understand, everybody? Meeting is going to end. Join back.